Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring the little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. And I have been watching Galaxy 4. Galaxy 4 newly released on DVD and Blu-ray, animated because it's mostly lost animated. Not by the what was it? The Evil of the Daleks team, who are freaking awesome, right? I really like the stuff that other teams have done. They've done Evil of the Daleks, Faceless One, Macro Terror, and they just keep getting better and better and better. This other team they've done, the first one they did is the missing episodes of, was it Reign of Terror? That was but that was not good. That was the worst, I think worst of them to date, maybe. But then in this current era, or animated era, they did Fury from the Deep, which was a massive disappointment, and now they're bringing Hartnell into the animation era. I think much more successfully, right? I think the animation was far more successful. Sadly, the story is pretty much unwatchable, right? It's pretty much it's like my feeling is this. My feeling is that I think this is a not a trial run, but it's something to build up experience before they start on Dalek Master Plan. That's my guess on what they're probably doing, and I think this animation will probably be good for that mostly. And it's different and I would say significant improvement on Fury from the Deep. Is it a recommend? No, because the story just isn't very good. Fine. Before we get into the review, can you hit the like button? Can you hit the share button? Can you hit that subscribe button? I like it when people subscribe. I don't know any other way of saying it more clearly. I like it when people subscribe. So like, share, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you think. Oh, I got a lot of comments to reply to today. I didn't finish them yesterday, but if you comment, I will endeavour to reply. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Yes, I think I covered everything. And also just be nice to everyone. That's very good. So this review, we're going to break it into two halves. We're going to break it into three halves. Three thirds. The first, not really. The third is just a much from one thing. We're going to basically divide it in two halves: the animation and the actual story. So the animation, done by overseen by Gary Russell and Big Finish. So there's no making of documentary for the animation, which is something that's the thing I'm most interested in on these releases. There is an extra commentary track on episode 1 with Gary Russell talking about it, and episode 4 with whoever the director of the of this animation is, a young woman. She seems like she was 12, from what I can tell. On episode 4, which I listened to because I really wanted to get a bit more information. Also, I listened to it because I watched these. I want to recreate as closely as I can the experience of watching this episode in its originally intended format. So which is weird because whenever they have updated special effects, I always watch those. Right, that's my default go-to. But on the animation, I always go for the black and white squares, TV screen shaped. Old style TV screen shape one to watch it with. So the commentaries I watched on the color version, right? So I can get an idea of how that was. And the color version was surprisingly good, right? I normally don't like these color versions, but this one, it was around the same, I would say better. I was going to say same, but actually better quality than the Filmation Star Trek series from the 70s. So that's and that same kind of look and feel, but better, right? Better than that. The difference of this was the design work, I think, was done in, I'm guessing, Australia. And then the animation was done by this company in India. So the Indian company now did both the design work and the animation. And I think it's strong. It's not as good as Evil of the Daleks, which was excellent, right? Absolutely excellent. But it's vastly superior to Fury from the Deep. However, the problem with Fury was this, that there's a lot of nuance that came through the performances in the characters that really made this story chilling. Like the famous scene of was it Mr. Quill? They can't. They do it's this weird, creepy home invasion where they con their way into a home and then they breathe gas and so this is one of the famous clips we see, and it's really horrific in real life. And so the animated version of it just nowhere near as good. Just missing that chillingness. So, as I said, I watched the black and white version, but for episode 3, is I think Airlock, is that one? Yeah, episode 3. I watched the one existing copy, one existing episode, and I think I'm going to edit my own one because there's a 6-minute clip from episode 1. Was it? Yeah. Is it episode 1? I believe. Yeah, 400 Dawn. So there's a 6-minute clip from episode 1, which I will probably edit in and have that because I like that better. However, there's something I really saw when I watched the filmed episode, that the main villain, Marga, Darwin leader Marga, played by Stephanie Bidmead, freaking awesome performance. And again, it's just from like facial tics and movement that you do not get in the animation. So maybe the story was much stronger when it would before it was animated, because her performance is really, really, really good. And she really sells it. What's not selling it, however, is the story. The story is written by William Ems, and so much in the same way that Jodie Whittaker really, and yeah, if you like Jodie Whittaker, God bless you, God bless you. I don't think really understood the role of Doctor Who when she took it on, or now even. You know, I don't think she ever researched it. I think Matt Smith's wonderful portrayal came from watching a story from each Doctor, and he got that through line. His portrayal really came from Tomb of the Cybermen. He got into it. Jodie Whittaker did it. She had like this rough understanding of what Doctor Who was. She knew David Tennant, and her performance is pretty much seems to be a soulless David Tennant impersonation, right? If I was going to describe it, a soulless David Tennant impersonation, because she just doesn't really know much about Doctor Who or what it is. So I get the same feeling with William Ems, right? He just like, they gave him the job. This was the 3rd year, and it was like, he kind of had an idea what science fiction was, and so you get like this very 1950s bog standard sci-fi, or they're on a planet, and his big twist is that the attractive-looking people are evil and the horrific-looking monsters are good, right? That's his like, oh! I'm like, dude, it's not that. It's not that much of a revelation. But then he also writes it with not enough happening and a lot of padding, right? So you got that. He do have interesting bits in it. Again, this is one of the missing clips when the Doctor first goes into the bad guy, the Darwin spaceship. And he's like, oh, this looks like trash, and it was like a really weird use of language for that Doctor, right? It's very modern language, and but it was really interesting because like the Darwin spaceship is dilapidated, whereas in the real spaceship, the good people who are the monsters is far superior, like far superior. Now adding into that, terrible production design. So we have these new baddies in it, or new things in it called the Chumblies. They're given the name Chumbly by Vicky, right? I was going to say Victoria. No, Vicky. It's just weird, but they're awful, right? They are. They're good as a curio, right? But they were designed to be like Daleks, and they just wobble like anything. They're not intimidating whatsoever. They have weird sound. They're more like. It's more like Doctor Who lands on the planet of Bagpuss, right? They're not intimidating whatsoever. However, in the filmed episode, as opposed to the animated episode, they're much bigger than they appear in the animation, which gives them a little bit more oomph, right? A little bit more, but they still wobble around anything. And like, I don't know why everybody's so terrified of them, right? It's the cliffhanger one episode is Stephen is trapped in an airlock. He won't go outside because he's terrified of the Chumblies. Why? It's like I don't understand. I don't understand why they immediately think they're so scary. It was revealed in episode 3. They also had lights going underneath the surface, and Gary Russell said, "Look, we couldn't do that." Yeah, I would be intrigued to say what could they do with an unlimited budget. Like, I would love to see that on the. See what's possible, right? But not on this story. Not on this story, which is a bit of a clunker, right? So as such, being a bit of a clunker, the making ofs are not that interesting. The making of is about 40 minutes long. I fell asleep a couple of times. I don't. It's like, yeah, it's not that scintillating for me. Far more interesting is the story of finding the missing episode, which I really enjoyed that making of. It really missed a making of the animation. I guess the budget it just wasn't there to do a couple of talking heads, which a real shame. What else is on the disc? Not much. There's still gallery. I never ever understand the need for a stills gallery. Like, who watches that? I guess people out there do, but I do not. So yeah. So again, as I said, I think this is a trial run, or more of a run up for Dalek Master Plan. So I'm hoping 2022 or 2023 where we will see Dalek Master Plan. And I think they're getting close. If they just animated 2 episodes of The Crusade, which they say they can't do because it's too complicated, they could release, I think, the season 2 box set right now. I think it's the only thing missing from there, which is a shame. But anyway, listen, I will be happy with this style of animation going forward, and I think it's going to improve. I'm not really elated about the Abominable Snowman animation because it's by the same crew. Looks much more similar to the Fury from the Deep design. Again, but what can I tell you? I was really hoping it was going to be the Evil of the Daleks crew, but never mind. I think that if they do this method for Dalek Master Plan, it'll be good because there's a lot less emoting because it's more like monsters and Daleks, right? Lots of monsters, Daleks. It does end up going into the last few minutes of it is a cliffhanger into Mission of the Unknown, and I guess. Go look on YouTube or somewhere. If you want to continue it. I mean, they really should have included this. No, they should have gone in contact with Ian Levine and said, because he did an animated version of Mission of the Unknown, or you could have got the school kids the college kids a few years ago did a version of it as well. I guess they're going to put that on with Dalek Master Plan, right? I was actually hoping they were going to do Dalek Master Plan with Dave Bradley in the same way. I guess not. I guess this is what they're stuck with, which is a shame, because I think they could crowdfund that and it would go quite well. There you go. Doctor Who Galaxy 4. Look, if you're an obsessive Doctor Who fan like myself and you can't imagine it being released and not getting it, it's a recommend. If you're a normal person, why the hell are you watching this? If you're a normal person, not so much. My name is Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe. And ring the little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.